Welcome to Live Interactive English. I'm Karen.
Hello, everybody. I am Shane. Today, we are looking at part 2 of Matsu. Come one, come all.
That's right. So in part 1, we learned about some, touristy sites or tourist attractions that we can visit, right?
I have a question, actually.
What's your question?
Is this named after the goddess Matsu? Is that why the island is called Matsu Island?
You're actually really smart.
I'm actually really smart. I am very smart.
Because I read it actually on a line that actually, it is named after the goddess Matsu.
Oh, wow. So what is the story about Matsu? I know it's connected to the sea or something.
It is, but I think this is what happened. I'm not exactly sure. It could be wrong. Okay, but this is what I read. It's like a long time ago, there was a girl, and then her father was a fisherman. So then one day he went out fishing, but unfortunately he died because maybe there was a storm. That's right. And she was very, very sad, and she wanted to go and help and save or find her father. So she also jumped into the ocean. She wanted to save her father, and eventually I think both of their bodies floated back to one of the islands.
Oh, and then probably Matsu Island?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's why the island was named Matsu. But I could be wrong. I don't know. But that's the story that I heard.
It's just a legend anyway, so there probably is not, it's not going to be like a factual story. There's just going to be people telling the story. So there's probably a lot of different versions, right?
You're right. But it is an interesting one, though.
All right, well, let's find out some real information about the island Matsu.
All right, let's go.
Nangan Island is home to some of Matsu's most famous attractions. Among them is Tunnel 88. Dug out from the side of a mountain, Tunnel 88 was originally used by the military. Matsu Distillery bought the tunnel in 1992 and started using it to store wine. The tunnel's temperature always stays between 15 and 20 degrees Celsius, which is the ideal temperature range for keeping wine. Another popular tourist spot is Beihai Tunnel. This giant hand-dug tunnel was built in the 1970s to house Navy ships during bad weather. Like many of Matsu's structures, it now has a non-military use. From March to November, visitors to the tunnel can take boat rides to see the blue tears, tiny plankton that produce bright blue light.
Okay, so Matsu, come one, come all, part 2.
That's right.
So we're going to find out more about Matsu and try to inspire Shane and Karen to go there.
I think, maybe we'll find some interesting places. Let's get into it. Nangan Island is home to some of Matsu's most famous attractions. Okay.
This is what I hear about. I want to hear about this kind of stuff. What's going to attract me there?
That's right. When you say attractions, you're talking about something that would attract the tourists. Something fun, or maybe something beautiful, something unique.
Or at least interesting.
Exactly. Among them is Tunnel 88. Dug out from the side of a mountain. Tunnel 88 was originally used by the military. Okay, so we get this really cool tunnel here. It's called Tunnel 88.
I wonder why 88. Is that just because like in Chinese culture, the number 8 is lucky? So just like 2 8s?
I don't know.
I have the feeling anytime I see 8 in Chinese used for something, I think it's just using it for good luck.
We don't know, but this is like for military use though, so it could be a little bit different.
But you need good luck in the military, don't you?
Okay, but what is a tunnel though?
So a tunnel is an underground or underwater passage used by cars, trains, boats, or other vehicles. So for example, you can say, when I drove through the tunnel, I lost cell phone service.
Oh, that happens a lot.
That's the worst, right? You're talking to somebody on the phone and then dead.
And we also have a really, really long tunnel from Taipei to Yilan, the Sheshan Tunnel, right?
Yeah.
And then that's what makes it really, really fast when you want to go drive from Taipei to Yilan.
Yeah, tunnels are usually very useful because it's usually because there's something in the way, whether it's a mountain or because there's a sea or something,
Exactly.
and you want to be able to get from one side to the other. Very convenient.
That's right.
Okay, so Matsu Distillery bought the tunnel in 1992 and started using it to store wine.
What's Matsu's distillery? What does that mean?
So a distillery is a place that's used to basically make alcohol or alcoholic beverages. So the tunnel's temperature always stays between 15 and 20 degrees Celsius, which is the ideal temperature range for keeping wine.
Oh, because we know that the temperature cannot be too hot or too cold, or else the wine might be spoiled, right?
That's really interesting. Yeah, because underground or in a tunnel in that kind of environment, it usually stays quite cool, and the temperature isn't too affected by the outside weather. Right? Yeah.
That's true. Okay. Another popular tourist spot is Beihai Tunnel. Okay, another tunnel.
North Ocean Tunnel, something like that?
Yes.
Okay.
This giant hand-dug tunnel was built in the 1970s to house Navy ships during bad weather. Hand-dug tunnel?
Can you imagine living in a time
did that?
when you just had to use a shovel like this?
That is crazy. And that was built in 1970s to house Navy ships during bad weather.
Imagine how huge that tunnel would have to be to house a Navy ship. That's not a small tunnel.
Exactly.
That's a really big tunnel.
So maybe a lot of people have to work on it, right?
For many years.
Exactly. Like many of Matsu's structures, it now has a non-military use. Okay, well, non-military, we know military, right? Military means like for soldiers or maybe for combats, but non-military just means no, it's not for fighting, it's not for battles, it's maybe for other purposes.
Right. And we have a vocabulary word, Navy. So I was in the Navy.
You were in the Navy, so you are the perfect
Not Taiwan's
person.
Navy, though. The United States of America's Navy.
How long were you in the Navy for?
I was in the Navy for only 2 years.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
So the Navy is the part of a nation's military organization that fights wars on or over the sea.
Okay.
Right? So for example, you can say the country's Navy has over 300 ships.
Wow.
Yeah, so I got to travel all around the world on a huge aircraft carrier.
That is so
Which is
cool.
a big boat where they keep the airplanes on there, and you can launch the airplanes on, and it's so cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds really exciting. Okay, well, we have this next vocabulary word here, structure, and that is a noun. A structure basically is just like a building, something that has been built, but it could also be like a house, a tower, something like that.
Right.
Okay,
Bridge. Right.
Exactly. So for example, Bob built a 3-meter tall structure in his yard for storing tools. So something that he's built, and then he wanted to store and put some of his tools, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Continuing, from March to November, visitors to the tunnel can take boat rides to see the blue tears.
Ooh.
Tiny plankton that produce bright blue light.
Wait a minute.
So cool.
That's what I was talking about when I was reading it on Google. It says blue tears.
Oh, that's what this is. So it's like the plankton that lights up, basically, and then they must light up blue.
It's like the ocean, small ocean creatures that just lights up.
That sounds awesome.
I can't even imagine what that would look like.
Yeah, now I'm fascinated.
Blue tears. Okay, that's something I definitely want to see when I go to Matsu.
Absolutely.
But right now we're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.
All right, be right back.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。今天要继续跟着课文呢到马祖走一趟。我们接着要来到南竿岛。南竿岛拥有马祖一些最著名的景点，其中一个就是八八坑道。八八坑道是从山的一侧挖出来的，那原本是军方使用，而马祖酒厂在1992年买下这条坑道，用来储存酒。我们来看单字 tunnel， 就表示坑道啊、隧道、地道。那么 Matsu Distillery。它 它就是指马祖酒厂，其中这个 distillery 就是指说酿酒厂，采蒸馏法的酿酒厂。那么 Shane 老师这时候则提到alcoholic beverages 就是指含酒精饮料 ，alcoholic 就是形容酒精的、含有酒精的，那么 beverage 是指饮料。好，另一个受欢迎的旅游景点呢，则是北海坑道，它是一个巨大的人工开凿坑道，那么是建于1970年代，用来在恶劣天气下来安置这个海军军舰，现在则是作为非军事用途。Karen 老师讲到军事的时候，他提到 combat。combat 当名词可以指战斗或是搏斗。再来看单字 Navy 是海军，这时候 Shane 老师有提到 aircraft carrier 就是指航空母舰哦。再来我们看到 structure 它是指建筑物、构造、结构或是结构体。那这边2个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，我们来看第一个重点是主词补语移到句首的倒装句。我们要强调主词补语，或者是呢主词带有比较长的修饰语的话，你可以把主词补语移到句首，然后再把主词跟 be 动词倒装。那用句型来看，原本呢直述句句型可能是主词加 be 动词加主词补语，那倒装过后就会变成主词补语加 be 动词加主词。你有没有发现，其实就是主词跟主词补语交换位置而已呢？好，举例来说。A note left by his brother was lying on the table. 他哥哥留的纸条在桌上。那这时候我们把这个主词补语 lying on the table 移到句首，经过倒装就变成 Lying on the table was a note left by his brother. 好，再来我们看到的是对等子句改成分词构句的用法。我们用对等连接词 and 去连接2个主词相同的子句时，你可以省略 and， 再省略其中一个主词，然后把该句的动词改分词。如果动词是主动，就用现在分词 VING， 被动就是用过去分词 PP。好，假设呢，我们有一个句子叫做 The city is known for its beautiful beaches, and the city attracts hundreds of thousands of tourists every year. 这座城市以美丽海滩闻名，每年吸引了数十万的游客。那你看到前后主词都一样，都是 the city， 我们就可以先省略连接词 and， 然后呢，我们试着省略前半句的主词 the city， 那它后面那个动词 is 就要改现在分词 being。being 又常常被省略哦，所以就简化成 known for its beautiful beaches, the city attracts hundreds of thousands of tourists every year. 好，那我们直接回到课文中。
Outside of those months, the Blue Tears Ecological Museum is the only place in Matsu where the blue tears can be seen. This museum features its own community of plankton, so visitors can get up close to these brilliant creatures all year round. Matsu was once a place reserved mainly for soldiers. Now, people from all walks of life can enjoy what these amazing islands have to offer.
Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back.
So we were just talking about the blue tears, right?
Sounds so cool.
Yeah, so during the break, I was actually Googling some pictures of the blue tears, and they look so pretty.
Me too. It's so beautiful. We definitely got to go see that.
I have never seen anything like it. It's kind of like you're in the movie Life of Pi.
But this is so weird because both of us live in Taiwan and we keep hearing about Matsu, but I've never heard of this.
Exactly.
How am I not hearing about this? It's
I've been
so cool.
back for like 20 years or almost 20 years. That's crazy. Okay, let's learn more about the blue tears.
Okay, so outside of those months, okay, so the months when you can try to see the blue tears, the Blue Tears Ecological Museum is the only place in Matsu where the blue tears can be seen.
Oh.
Okay, so it sounds like you go to this museum, you have a better chance of seeing blue tears there, as opposed to just seeing them out in nature.
Because there's a possibility as well, right?
Right.
Okay. Well, this museum features its own community of plankton, so visitors can get up close to these brilliant creatures all year round.
Right.
plankton. So the little ocean creatures that kind of float on the surface of the ocean. And then the amazing thing is that they light up.
They light up. That's so cool. I guess it's probably what, to like attract like mates or something? I don't know.
I really don't know, but it
we
looks
call that
so pretty.
bioluminescence, right?
Ah.
So bio meaning life and luminescent meaning to light up. So it's like things that are alive that make light.
Light up.
That's so cool.
Amazing.
Matsu was once a place reserved mainly for soldiers. Now, people from all walks of life can enjoy what these amazing islands have to offer.
When you say people from all walks of life,
Good question.
What do you mean?
We just mean all types of people that do all types of work, or it could be people from different countries, different ages, from all walks of life.
That's right. So you can all enjoy this beautiful place.
Everybody. It's another way to say everybody can enjoy it.
Definitely. And we also have this vocabulary word here, to reserve, and that is a verb. So when you reserve something, basically you made arrangements. So you will be able to have something or be able to use something.
And the noun would be a reservation, right?
That's right. So for example, if you want a table at a restaurant, then you probably want to call to reserve a table, or you can make a reservation.
Right.
So for example, Jimmy reserves his gray suit for weddings because maybe he just wants to rent it. You want to make sure that he will be able to use it on the day of his wedding.
Right.
Mazu was once a place reserved mainly for soldiers, right? So that means they made arrangements so people wanted to save this place for the soldiers.
Right.
But now the time has changed, right?
Yes. Okay, we have another vocabulary word, amazing. So amazing just means really great.
Fantastic.
Awesome. Right?
Wow,
So
beautiful.
generally, if something is amazing, it's going to make you feel surprised. Or when you look at it, you'll feel, wow, like all this wonder will fill up inside you.
Exactly.
So for example, you could say, Maggie told an amazing story about how a letter from her grandpa changed her life.
Aww, so
Sounds
pretty
very
sure very, very
inspirational.
amazing.
Yeah. So what do you think? We've got a what do you think question. If you've been to Matsu before, describe your experience there. If you haven't, what would you most like to see on a visit there?
Me.
Go. Yeah.
I have never been to Matsu.
Yes.
But if I were to go to Matsu, I'd want to see the blue tears.
Of course. I think that I will go there only because I want to see the blue tears.
Same here.
If I don't see anything else, I will go there specifically just to do that.
But you know, because Matsu also has a lot of other places, so once you are there, you can also go enjoy the beautiful sights, the scenery, the bed and breakfast, and also discover and explore the tunnels.
I was not expecting, honestly, to be that interested in Matsu before we started this lesson. And now I am going to book a trip there. ASAP.
Exactly, and I think, you know, it's so different from the other islands of Taiwan, like Green Island, Penghu, Kingman. It's very, very unique in its own way.
I'm going to make this the first on my schedule of island trips around Taiwan. Well, that's all the time we have for today. We hope you enjoyed learning all about Matsu. I know we did. And we will see you there.
See you there.
Bye-bye.
从3月到11月，游客可以乘船去观赏蓝眼泪，也就是发出明亮蓝光的微小浮游生物。那除了那几个月之外，蓝眼泪生态馆则是马祖唯一可以看到蓝眼泪的地方。它拥有自己的浮游生物群落，所以游客全年都能近距离接触这些明亮的生物。我们补充一下，有一些生物它有自体发光的能力，那这种现象呢称为 bioluminescence， 那就是指生物发光的意思。那么课文最后写到，马祖曾是一个主要为士兵保留的地方，那么现在则是各行各业的人都可以享受这些令人惊奇的岛屿，它所提供的一切。好 ，Walk of Life， 它是表达职业或身份。那文中用到 people from all walks of life， 就是指各行各业的人。再来看单字 reserve， 它有保留啊，把什么专门留给或者是预约预定的意思。那它的名词 reservation 就可以用来表达预约预定哦。 再来 amazing， 它是形容令人称奇的、惊人的。那我们也可以用 awesome 这个字 ，awesome， 它可以形容令人赞叹的、非常棒的。Shane 老师看了这2天课文，他已经想要马上安排行程去马祖，专程去看蓝眼泪了。老师这时候用到副词 specifically， 就是在 specific 后面加上 ally 构成这个副词，就有那种专门的、特意的，它也有确切的的意思。以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Nangan Island is home to some of Matsu's most famous attractions. Among them is Tunnel 88. Dug out from the side of a mountain, Tunnel 88 was originally used by the military. Matsu Distillery bought the tunnel in 1992 and started using it to store wine. The tunnel's temperature always stays between 15 and 20 degrees Celsius, which is the ideal temperature range for keeping wine. Another popular tourist spot is Beihai Tunnel. This giant hand-dug tunnel was built in the 1970s to house Navy ships during bad weather. Like many of Matsu's structures, it now has a non-military use. From March to November, visitors to the tunnel can take boat rides to see the blue tears, tiny plankton that produce bright blue light. Outside of those months, the Blue Tears Ecological Museum is the only place in Matsu where the blue tears can be seen. This museum features its own community of plankton, so visitors can get up close to these brilliant creatures all year round. Matsu was once a place reserved mainly for soldiers. Now, people from all walks of life can enjoy what these amazing islands have to offer.
Hello, I'm Matt.
And I'm Vivian.
Today we're playing Word Drop. We each have 3 cards that we haven't looked at yet, and on these cards are words or phrases that we need to fit into a conversation as smoothly as we can. And so Vivian, are you ready to start off the conversation?
I'm a little nervous.
Okay, let's see how
but I
goes.
got it. All right, let's see. Okay. So when I like to go shopping, I prefer to shop for everyone else, but also I like to also shop for myself. And when I do buy something really nice, even though I really, really like it, I feel like I have to use it only for a special occasion. So for example, if it's a dish or if it's like some sort of like cookware, I buy it, but I only reserve it for like Christmas time or like a special holiday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have nice things to wear for special occasions. I always find it interesting here how a lot of the elementary schools, like the kids don't get to choose what clothes they wear to school because they have school uniforms. And I've taught some kids who went to one elementary school before, and I thought their uniforms were quite interesting because all of the way they look, all the kids look like they're in the Navy.
Oh. I actually was down south a little bit on vacation, and we drove through, obviously next to the ocean and the mountains and everything, and there were some tunnels that we drove through, and we saw the Navy actually on our little vacation.
Oh, wow, that's very interesting. Yeah, I think there's a lot of tourist sites around in Taiwan that are actually also like former military sites, so you can go see some things that are used for that, and then you can see the ships, and then you can also see some really interesting structures that they've built.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like over here down south, like where I was vacationing, is also home to lots of great marine life.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so I think a nice thing to do if you're down south where the water's a bit warmer you know, it's nice to go snorkeling or even diving. So, you know, last time I was down south, I bought my own, you know, goggles and snorkel, and I just went snorkeling around by myself, and it was a really great time, and I saw some, you know, amazing fish.
Ooh, that's wonderful. I've never gone snorkeling before.
Okay, you should try it.
Yeah?
It's easy to do. It's easiest if you just bring your own equipment so you don't have to pay to rent it.
See you next time.